Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are in Oeschinensee in the Berner Oberland, and we are going to show you in this video everything there is to do around that amazing lake, hiking, but more as well. So stay tuned and let's get into it. So just before starting, this is in some of our itineraries. You can look for them on our website. We have itineraries around Interlaken and more around Switzerland. So go check it out on our website. So I got here first gondola in the morning at 8:30 to enjoy the views by myself. So this is what we're going to show you now. And then we are going to show you the lake and all the activities you can do around the lake in Oeschinensee. Let's go! So here is the gondola. I do recommend coming here early if you can, because you can beat a little bit the crowds and it gets crowded in the afternoon. You can come from Interlaken, you have to take a train to Spitz and then a train to Kandersteg, and then this is a 15 minutes walk from the train station to here to the gondola station. So here is the gondola. You have the ticket machine, but really important to get a reservation ahead of time. It's 8:30, it's just open, so Alexis will come later and see. We can see that the clouds are disappearing. So it's the morning, it's actually beautiful with that kind of color on the mountain, and you can in 15 minutes get to the lake. It's downhill, or you can go a little bit left at one point. I'll show you, of course, everything along the way in that video, to go take the panoramic trail above the lake. Let's go! You can ski here, you can do some cross-country skiing in that beautiful area. It's October, so you see there's already a little bit of snow. And it's very well indicated here. And this is our first sort of important decision. We are going to go towards the Oberbärgli here, which is that sort of that little house above the lake. And you can see here, this is closed, so do not go to anything that is closed. For example, also going back to Kandersteg today is closed. So that's also important to just respect this for your safety. And it's really well indicated. If you know that you are following Oberbärgli, you're definitely fine the whole way then following these yellow signs. So here we are at the start of that hike. We're going to go sort of all the way here, up there, and have an amazing view over there. So good to follow these signs. After this, I think we'll get to see the lake soon. It's been about, what, 15-20 minutes, so not that bad. So you can see there are some paths that are a little bit less comfortable. I don't know if I would take a 5-year-old with me, for example. And if you're not sort of well equipped with good shoes, that's definitely a mistake that you would do. It's good to be well equipped to come with good shoes. Poles, I don't have poles, but good to have, just to be safe. So this is the first mind-blowing view of the hike, about sort of 45 minutes in. Look at this. First view. Still plenty to go. We're gonna cross sometimes a few streams. We haven't really had to cross much this time, but I remember wetting my feet at some point. Look at this. Continuing on, and we'll have the famous viewpoint further up. And this is another viewpoint that is just phenomenal. And we are always more amazed the more we advance with the views. Amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, the moment you were waiting for, these two beautiful trees and this beautiful lake. Look at the lake and the sun just peeking out here. This is incredible. I love it. Let's continue. Yeah. So you have quite a few of these paths that are not dangerous, but they're like a little bit in slope, and yeah, it's not 100% comfortable if you are a beginner. So if you're a beginner, if you don't have good shoes, don't go here, just go to the lake. If you are, just be careful. I think this is fine, but still, it's not the easiest one also. And close to the huts, you have what looks like a cute meadow here, but there are cliffs here, so don't try to cut, just go follow the path always. You'll be safe, but don't try to cut because it can be dangerous. Arriving at the huts. I'm not sure if you can sleep. There's definitely further down something to eat and drink. But we're just going through, going to enjoy a nice Swiss flag there and then go back down towards the lake. And we are in Oberbärgli, almost 2,000 meters, and it's an hour now to go down to Oeschinensee. And look at this, we start having the reflection of the mountain in the lake. This is incredible. It is a little bit less steep now, definitely for the knees. I could feel it, that downhill from Oberbärgli, but now getting close to the lake. And look at this, this is amazing. Now look at this path, it's beautiful. Now this is a different part of the hike, kind of in the forest. You have trees again, you're back at the tree line, and you have the lake, and it's turquoise color that is peeking here and there, and this is why we're here, for example. And so up here, pretty nice path, doesn't feel dangerous sort of anymore in a way, along the cliff, because you basically have cliffs all along and all around that amazing lake. And look at the reflection now. And this is where you can rent boats. Definitely expensive, 36 francs per hour. I remember places paying like 5 francs, and in Zeeldsee, for example. And this is the view when you go down to the lake from the restaurant. So really only maybe 20 minutes in, 30 minutes from the gondola station.
2 hours later.
Okay, so we made it up the gondola. We are walking from the gondola station to the lake. I think it said it's going to take about 20 minutes, but once I get there, I will let you know how long it takes. I'll show you the kind of road. It's like a flat, not paved, but kind of a dirt, gravelly road. It's fine with the stroller that has bigger wheels, so no problem there. Louis did the hike this morning, which we'll have shown you, and that's definitely more for moderate hikers, but you can have an amazing view just on this walk without doing the full kind of loop ridge hike, so we're going to show you once we get there.
So we just met at the gondola station with Alexis. The hike was about 2.5 hours. I went relatively fast to go meet, so probably 3 hours for that whole loop hike. Amazing, definitely recommend if you have good shoes and if you have good hiking skills. And now we're going to go to the lake. Let's go. And we have lunch with a view. There's 2 restaurants now, one here and one over there, and the view is great.
So we're having lunch, and you can see there's like a foggy cloud passing by. The weather changes really fast. You can always look at the webcams, but once you're here, if the clouds look sparse, they move fairly quickly from our experience up here, so give it some time, especially if it's just like fog. Okay, so we are standing in front of the mountain coaster station. You have to do this before you leave. It is directly in front of where the gondolas come. So this is open daily when it is dry, the weather, from 10 to about 4:15. It's before the last gondola goes back down, of course. And if you have kids 3, they can actually ride with you. So our daughter is going with Louis now. And yeah, it is really fun. You buy tickets right at this machine just here, and then you get online. It's actually no line now. We're here in October, but it's a little bit tucked away behind the gondola station, so don't miss it. And let's go check it out.
Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. You can find this in our itineraries. We can also discuss this in consultation and more. But this is it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
If you want to see more videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you soon.